Let's talk about food vacuum sealers, because with the price of groceries, you literally cannot afford to be throwing anything away. We are a family of 4 and we try really hard to stick to around an $800 a month budget. I know there's a lot of people out there who are doing it for way less. I'm not a budgeting guru, but I do try really hard to not waste any food and make sure we're using everything and that it stays as fresh as possible before we can use it. And this has been one of my biggest hacks, especially for produce. So in this video, I am going to show you all the different settings that you have on here. They have the regular vac seal, and then they have the canister and the marinade, which I go into that a little bit later in the video. So I'm gonna vacuum seal for you a bag of romaine lettuce, an avocado, and a piece of bread. So I can show you the regular vacuum seal, the gentle setting of the vacuum seal, and then also the manual seal, so you can see how gentle it can be. And let me show you all the settings on this beautiful food sealer. You can do a lot with this machine here. First of all, you can vacuum seal, you can canister seal, and you can marinate in a canister. So it's got all these different settings, and it's really simple and easy to use. Plus, groceries are too expensive these days to be throwing anything away. So if you are just vacuum sealing your meat or soups or anything like that that you're putting in the freezer, you are missing out, because you can vacuum seal lettuce, berries, bread, avocados. If you like make your own sourdough or anything like that, it's the best idea to freeze it in portions. So that it's always fresh when you need a piece of toast. There's nothing more frustrating than baking a fresh loaf of sourdough, eating like half of it, and then having it mold and having to throw it away. So with this machine, you can gently vacuum seal anything you need to, as well as vacuum seal stuff that has a lot of moisture and stuff like that. Plus, I love the added addition that you can marinate and canister seal with the hose, which is really nice. Then you can also manual seal it and manual vacuum something in case something is so gentle that you don't want to use a preset setting on the machine. It's relatively lightweight. Its cord is about 4 feet, I would say. I'm 5'4", and this would go down a little bit. So it's about 4.5 feet or so, maybe even 5. And then when you use it, you just push down this locking mechanism. So let's show you what it looks like. I like that they've really thought of everything. You get 2 of the rolls of vacuum seal bags. You also get an extra set of the sealy thingies, so that if it starts to lose suction, you can replace them. You don't have to order them extra because it comes with them. And they also give you some pre-cut baggies to use, which are super great for vacuum sealing like pounds of ground beef or ground venison or anything like that. But they do give you 2 very long rolls of the double perforated type vacuum seal bag. So let's vacuum seal a couple stuff. I'll take you through the functions, and then I'm actually going to place this stuff in my refrigerator and let it go for about a week so you can see how fresh it stays. It does have this nifty little storage compartment where you can store the hose. Because I don't have the right type canister, I just want to quickly show you how you would do that. All you would do is you would attach it here, and then you would attach the other part of the hose to the canister that has this type of attachment on it. Now you can buy those types of containers, and they are really great for getting the extra air out. So if you are trying to preserve berries or anything like that, that is going to go bad faster by all the air that's in it. Attach this the top of the canister. You would lock this handle down so that the machine knows it's ready to go. And then you would push canister. Over here, you're gonna see that it's going to tell you how many seconds it has remaining. When it's doing that, it's just thinking, and it's probably not gonna actually connect because it isn't the proper seal. But see, when I push on this and it thinks that there's something in there, it's trying to suck the air out. Now, another thing you can do is you can marinate with it. So it would be the same type of idea. What you would do is you would put like your meat or whatever you're trying to marinate in your canister. I love to do this with shrimp, garlic, soy sauce, and olive oil. And then you toss the cap on, and then you would connect it, and then you would just hit the marinate button. And what that would do is over a course of 5 to 6 minutes, it's going to slowly infuse those liquids into that meat to make it really suck up all of that moisture, all of that flavor, and get it really nice and marinated in a very short amount of time. So if you are ever short on time for marinating, you don't have 3 or 4 hours, or you don't have overnight to let it sit in the fridge, go ahead and get one of those canisters that you can use the marinating function in, because it is really a nice function to have on there. So let's go ahead and do some lettuce. I am going to pull this out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and vacuum seal some lettuce. So the first thing you're gonna do is pull your bag underneath here, and you want it big enough so that there's like 3 inches of extra room at the top. So then you can go ahead and put that bar down, run the cutter across, and it's gonna cut it right off. And then we can go ahead and seal one side. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that, close it, make sure it's locked into position, and then just go ahead and hit the manual seal, and it's gonna go ahead and seal that side of the bag. Then after it reaches 0, you can go ahead and lift it up, show you that nice, beautiful seal that it just made on that bag. Now we're gonna go ahead and fill it full of lettuce. Okay, now I definitely have plenty of space here. This is a little bit overkill. You don't have to have that much excess, but I am gonna go ahead, vacuum seal it, and then just cut off the excess. I love that it has this nice little drip tray here in case you are vacuum sealing something super moist. You know that the water sometimes comes out, and you can just simply remove it and clean it and then pop it back in. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck the lip in right there, close it. I am going to do a moist and a normal pressure because I don't think lettuce is super delicate. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and hit vac seal. But before you do that, you gotta make sure you push it down and lock it. This will turn blue and you know it's ready to go. Then you go ahead and you hit vac seal. It's gonna vacuum everything out, and go ahead and seal it. Now it's going to take about 20 seconds to did the vacuuming. It's going to take about 20 seconds to do the seal. Today is July 20th, 2026. I'm going to write the date on it, place this in my fridge, let it set for a week, and then come back and show you guys what it looks like. There you have it. It is vacuum sealed. It is ready to go. There is no air that is going to get in there. I'm going to date it. I'm going to write on here 7/20/26 because that is the date. I'm going to go throw it in my fridge, and then we will check on it in a week and see what it looks like. So we did the normal vacuum seal. I'm gonna use one of the pre-cut bags that they include, and I'm going to do an avocado, and I'm gonna do this one on gentle so that you can see. I think avocado is a little bit gentler. We might not want it as squeezed as well as it squeezed that lettuce. So tuck that in there, push it down so it locks, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and this is dry, so I'm going to move that to dry and then move the pressure to gentle, and then go ahead and hit vacuum seal. And you can see, now it did a really good job getting the air out, but also did not crush my avocado. You can still see there's a little bit of room in there. So I'm interested to see if that turns brown or if that stays the same. You really can get a nice true test on an avocado because they turn brown so quickly. So again, I am gonna write the date on here, and it's July 20th, 26. I'm gonna throw this in my fridge, and then we're gonna come back in a week and see what it looks like. But before you go, we also are gonna manually vacuum seal a piece of bread so you can see just how gentle it can be if you want it to be. Again, I'm just gonna use a pre-cut bag that they gave me because it's super convenient. Slide this piece of bread in there. So again, if you're making yourself your homemade English muffins, bagels, sourdough, whatever it might be, you wanna freeze the leftovers, but it really is hard to do that because it gets freezer burnt so quickly in a regular like seal type bag or just like regular plastic wrap. I really like how they give you this little lip because it is so simple. All you have to do is tuck it underneath and it doesn't keep popping out. A lot of vacuum sealers do not have that option. So we're gonna go ahead and lock it down. Then I'm gonna hit manual vacuum. You just hold it down for as long as you want. I'm just gonna do short little bursts because I feel like you can quickly overdo it. But I wanna make sure I'm getting all that air out. So that looks pretty good. I might have overdone it a little bit because it was kind of fun to do, but it's not completely squished. So let's go ahead and then we're going to manually seal. And it's gonna go ahead and do that for me. So I'm gonna throw this in the freezer and we're gonna see how long this stays fresh, but I love how gentle that was. I did, overkill it a little bit, but it was really easy to do. And definitely if you had a little more self-control than me, you could just gently, very, very gently vacuum seal this and make sure it is not crushing it. But the gentle setting or the manual works really, really well. I'm gonna throw all that stuff in my fridge. The lettuce and the avocado I dated for today, 7/20, and then I'm gonna come back in a week and show you how fresh that stuff stayed, the avocado and the lettuce. And if you've ever just left that stuff in your fridge without any sort of vacuum seal, you know that an avocado will turn brown in a matter of hours. And lettuce will give you, fresh cut lettuce will give you about 3 or 4 days before it starts to go brown. So I'm gonna come back in 7 days and show you, but if you wanna see how all that stuff works, stick around for the video. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4. Day 5. Day 6. No, my avocado fell. It's time. It's been 7 days. We're going to take the avocado and the lettuce out of the fridge that has been stored in food storage bags with the vacuum sealer that I got, and we're going to show you what they look like. Just to remind you, this was put in a bag on 7/20, and it is now 7 days later. You can already tell it's going to be good. Look at that. That's amazing. It's got no browning. I'm going to turn around and show you what it looks like in better light. Look at that. That looks amazing. Now the cut romaine lettuce is test number 2. And why does it matter that it was cut with a knife? Because the knife actually turns the lettuce brown faster than if you tear it. So that's a little food tip for you. Again, 7-day-old cut lettuce. Doesn't have any browning whatsoever. It's fresh, it's crisp. That thing really, really worked to prolong produce, and I am excited to use it on a variety of other things in my kitchen.